Hey everybody, this is Mike with the One Stop Co-op Shop with another video of Tidal Blades 2. I'm just loving this one, and I wanted to show you, the first video was like the very tutorial-ish mission. I wanted to show you a later mission and also show you what the in-between campaign stuff looks like. But this video is not going to touch on the main storyline at all. So if you're concerned about spoilers, you're really not going to get too much here, except for seeing one of two branching chapters that are little side missions. And disclaimer that I was sent an early review copy of this one. And if you like the content on the One Stop Co-op Shop, consider supporting us through Patreon. You get early access to our videos and exclusive videos every month you can't see anywhere else. You can also listen to our podcast for reviews and design discussions, or join the conversation and come say hi on our Discord. So if you didn't watch my previous video, it had the first chapter of the game, which is just a battle. But after every 3 battles or so, and after you have a boss fight, you get to go back to Naviri and do a little bit of resting and leveling up, spend the fruit you've collected, use the experience you've gained. So first, here's a map of Naviri. So here's like the desert that features in some of the scenarios. And then over here is the fold, that giant like force field that we're going into to rescue the old Tidal Blades. And here are the locations we can visit. And how it works is we get a certain number of days in Naviri. And each of those days, we follow a number of steps. First, we're going to draw an encounter card, so we'll do that in a second. Then each of us is going to pick a location to go to. We can go to different locations, but if we go to the same location, we tend to get a bonus. And then we do it all again. In the case of the first interlude that I'm showing after Chapter 3, you get 3 days to spend in Naviri. So first, at the beginning of each day, before we even do the encounter, we're going to resolve the Desert Market and the Citadel Research Lab by drawing 3 items for the market that we could potentially buy, and drawing 4 action cards for the research lab that we could spend experience on. The items, I'll probably buy some of these to show you what they look like in the chapter. You spend the fruit that you've collected to buy these. It's just 1 fruit for each one. And you put them on a card as you play it to your grid and get whatever bonus it shows. So here you would get an extra spirit. But then even when that card is discarded, it stays on your grid. And for the entire chapter, whenever you activate a card on that spot or activate that row or column, you're going to get that bonus as well. But then at the end of the scenario, if you don't spend as many fruit as shown, in this case 2, to keep it, then it goes away. But it only costs 1 to buy them. So yeah, here it's just a bunch of focus and spirit. That's not too exciting. I will note, though, that for each character that goes to the market, you're going to draw another token, so we would have a chance to get better stuff. But yeah, I don't really care much about that. And then for the Citadel Research Lab, you're going to get a bunch of cards you can add to your deck. Right now, we are only drawing from the bronze deck until our fame gets to 15, when we can unlock silver, and then 30 will unlock gold. These tend to cost 2 or 3 experience. Both my characters have 10 after Chapter 3, so I'm going to go and draw 4 of these. And you'll see they don't have a character's deck in the corner. It just has the bronze symbol. And okay. We've got Healthy Run, moving and giving people healing and a lot of initiative. Spirited Lunge. Ooh, that's actually really good. 2 attack chain and a quantum reservoir. And for a spirit, the attack gains a 3rd die and advantage, even without flanking. Man, that would be great for Dust, who already has a lot of chaining stuff. Flurry of Blows, just a ton of attacks. So you could do 2 separate 1 dice attacks. You could chain them together for a 2 dice attack. And if you spend a spirit, you get a non-chained 2 more dice attacks. So it's 4 dice total, but it's terrible against people with armor, of course. And then, ooh, First Aid. Wow. A 3 range 2 healing effect. Huh. Okay. Well, let's see what our encounter is, and that might determine what I choose to do. As you are meditating at the entrance of the grove near the Chromaceum, you hear small footsteps coming your way. Keep your eyes closed and make yourself one with your surroundings, Master Wu says in his recognizable quavering voice. Concentrate, push your synergy, and tell me what it is that I hold in my hands. Okay, I can say black pearl or a marin fruit. I'm going to say a black pearl. So then you flip it and you just see what you got. The old master opens his hand, revealing an exquisite pearl. Well done, well done. Your study of synergy is advancing nicely. As a group, choose one. Each player gains 2 shells on their quantum reservoir at the start of the next scenario, or leveling up synergy costs 2 less experience of the meditation spring during this visit. Well, let me show you our options for locations and what the meditation spring means and what leveling it up looks like, and then I'll decide what I want to do. So for each character that goes to the desert market, that would be one of our options. You can buy up to 2 items, and again, they cost 1 fruit each. And Echo has 10 experience and 7 fruit after the last chapter, and Dust has 10 experience and 8 fruit. The Temple of the Breaking Wave gets you experience. So first you get 1 automatically, then you roll an attack die, and if you get a tide symbol, you get another one, and then each hero can spend 2 fruit to get another one. Oh, and the bonus for multiple heroes going here is that you all roll a die, and if any of you get the Tide symbol, you get the bonus experience. The Citadel Research Lab, you already get the 4 cards automatically, but for each hero that goes there, you get to see another card, and then you can each buy 1 card. And again, these are 2 or 3 experience. The Meditation Spring, the one that we could have a bonus on, levels up 1 trait to the next level by spending experience. And if at least 2 of us go here, of course I only have 2 characters, then it costs 1 less experience, so pretty good one to double up on. And here's where this comes in. So you can level up Synergy, and you see it gets more expensive. Spirit, so your max Spirit is higher. Focus. And the key thing is for Spirit and Focus, your starting level is half of your max rounded down. So once you level up to 4, you actually start with 2 instead of 1 in each chapter. Or Resilience, which makes all of your life tracks longer. That's why Dust is a little bit tougher than Echo. When you level up Synergy, the one that we could get a discount on, you get to pick one of these level 2 or later level 4 things, and they go on your little quantum reservoir and give you other ways to spend your quantum shells. Like, look, this one lets you once per turn move any hero 1 movement. Pretty cool. Or this one is pretty awesome. For 1 shell, you can add 1 or subtract 1 from your initiative once per turn. And again, my option here is to either start with 2 shells in the mission in my quantum reservoir or spend 2 less of the meditation spring to level up Synergy. So if we both went and did that, it would be -1 for both of us going, and then -2 more, so -3. So Synergy would only cost 3 for Dust, and 6, it's pretty expensive, for Echo. But then Echo could still only get a level 2 one. Next time they could get a level 4. And the last option is the Floating Gardens. You get 1 fruit for free, and then kind of like the Temple of the Breaking Wave, each hero rolls a die, and if any of them roll at least 1 focus, then everyone gets a second fruit, which again is like money for going to the market. And then each hero can trim an action card. This is getting rid of cards from your hand, because I haven't shown you since I played the first scenario, but I've gotten several more cards to my deck already, which does make me wonder, is Citadel Research Lab the right choice? All right, you know what? I am going to go to the Meditation Spring for my first action. I like that. And I'll have Dust spend 3 of her 10 experience, because a -1 discount since Echo went with her, and the -2 from the encounter to level up Synergy. And yeah, I really like that initiative one, especially since I'm building Dust to have like pretty good armor. That way she can make sure she's like faster than Echo if she needs to block, or slower if she wants an enemy to hit her while she has shields. I think this could be pretty useful for just 1 shell. So yeah, that slots in there. And notice that you have 2 spots you can fill, and then eventually you have to start covering up some of your old spots if you buy more. As for Echo, I don't need more Synergy right now. I already like their dice rolling ones. I'm going to give them more resilience, because they got a ton. I didn't talk about this. We got a ton of wounds in the last few scenarios. We're at 3 for Echo and 2 for Dust, so very close to getting our first battle scar. So that'll cost Echo, with the -1 discount, 5 experience. All right, and this encounter is put in the discard slot. We will never see it again. And these all go away, and these all go away. We'll have new options. I'm a little sad about that 1 card that Dust could have gotten. So it's day 2. What have we got now? Martial Forms. Ooh, chain for 2 targets. Although it's melee, we've seen that it's kind of tough, especially in 2-player with fewer enemies, to have a bunch of them next to each other. Protected Volley. That's pretty good. A 3 dice range 2 attack and a shield. Spirited Cleave. So a 3 chain and 2 quantum reservoir. Headlong Strike. Oh, this is kind of like the one that Dust already has. Yeah, I mean, Echo doesn't really have anything that chains right now, so it seems dumb to like get her chaining stuff. Let's see what the items are. We've got 2 that would add to your quantum reservoir, and 1 that would just give you an extra movement. And they're very cheap to recharge. Look, just 1 fruit to be able to use them again. So basically the same price as going to the market again. But before we get to that, let's get to our encounter. The right connections. You're invited to Bab's yacht for the evening. Upon arrival, she greets you warmly. Well, look who's arrived. Delighted to see you here. Professor Flish is holding court upstairs with their latest research on micronic repellency techniques. Down below, the one and only Black-Eyed Lockham is dishing out the hottest Navirian gossip in town. Who do you want to rub elbows with? I guess I'll go with Professor Flish, the more reputable one. Flish smiles warmly at the sight of you and begins to prattle on about his latest breakthrough. With his help, one of you is able to temporarily modify your shell shield. One player writes shield boost to erase for 2 shells on their hero sheet. During their turn, they may erase this to add 2 shells to their shield. Cool, I'll give that to Dust. Yeah, they just have like this little spot to write things on and erase them. All right, but that didn't really help me make the decision of where I want to go. So Dust does already have Spinning Blades from her starting deck, so Martial Forms is pretty similar to that. I Really wish that card that had the advantage had come out at a different time. I totally would want that now. You know what? Let's both go to the market and hope for a better thing. And that way we can give each other more options potentially. So we're not going to go to Citadel Research Lab. We're both going to the Desert Market. So since 2 of us went, we draw 2 more. What have we got now? We can make an attack range 3, but it can't chain. Echo's already got a lot of range attacks, and Dust doesn't really need that. Ooh, and does gain a focus. That could be pretty good. So one of us goes first. We could buy up to 2, and we replace any purchase items before the next person goes. So I'm thinking I want Dust to get both of these, some movement and some quantum reservoir. So that's going to cost her 2 of her fruit, and we'll put it over with her stuff. Okay, and then we get 2 more before Echo picks. We got an extra target, but the attack can't chain. And this one, if you do it with an attack, you get a free reroll of that attack. Honestly, I'm going to go for the focus and the quantum reservoir. What about the extra target? How big do... I mean, Echo has a lot of range attacks. They don't tend to be more than 2 dice, so I don't know how worth it it'll be. But you can boost them with her quantum thing. So yeah, you know what? She'll get the extra target, and then since it's so expensive to keep, we'll get the quantum reservoir 1 for the other one, so that costs her 2. And the rest of these go away. We go to our final day in the city. Ooh, that's a healing one, another range one, and another healing one. Okay. Now let's see if we got anything sexy at the research lab. 3 attack. Ooh, his attack gains 7 range if he's pulling 2 spirit. That's kind of crazy. Plan ahead, 2 move, and then, gain 1 shield for each adjacent enemy. That's kind of good for like charging in, especially for Dust. Regroup, 2 move and a shield, and remove 1 status from any hero's grid. That's nice. You haven't seen statuses in the first scenario, but you'll see them in this one. Unstoppable Blade. It's a 2 range attack. For 2 spirit, this attack gains +1, and every die that rolls a orange is boosted. Wow, that's pretty crazy. But you know what? I'm going to be honest. Again, my decks are really big. None of these are like blowing me away. That first card, the dang first card that I came out that I wanted for Dust was the one I wanted the most. Well, so these, by the way, they go to the bottom of the decks. That card that I really loved is like gone forever pretty much. Where was it? Spirited Launch. Yeah, that was so good. So I think we're both going to go to the floating garden. Let's go to the floating garden, get some extra fruit, and I really want to cull some cards from my deck instead of adding more to it. So if both of us are going, we're rolling. And oh man, really? So no, yeah, I needed focus. We each get 1 fruit. And then we each get to cull 1 card. And if it was a battle scar, we'd have to spend 3 experience to get rid of it. We are not quite there yet. For Echo, I think I'm going to get rid of 1 of her starting cards, Psychic Surge. It's not a chain card. 3 targets is awesome, but 1 die is just rarely going to be good. Although I guess if she used her quantum thing that can add a die, it'd be a 2 dice attack against 3 people. Okay, hold on. Maybe look for something else. How about Eye of the Storm? 2 dice attack. I can do better than that. And if Dust is close enough to get a quantum reservoir, I think this would be better in 3 or 4 player games. So let me trash that one. And this might be a bad idea for Dust, but I think I'm going to get rid of the basic run card. It does have flexibility of initiative, which is pretty good, but now my quantum ability kind of does that. I think she has enough movement and ways to get spirit that the 2 movement won't hurt. We'll see. Oh, crap, I forgot to do my final encounter. Hold on. While strolling the docks of Lamara, you hear a commotion and see an agile Nagi leap over several stunned fishfolk and begin running from the crowd. "Stop that thief!" a fishfolk merchant yells. You block the Nagi's path and he throws up his hands. "These shells belong to me," he says in protest. "I was trying to sell them and they offered me a ridiculous price." Okay, return the shells to the fishfolk merchant or let the Nagi youth go. They kind of remind me of Axel, the other character. I'm going to let him go. You offer to purchase the shells from the Nagi for a fair price. You then ask the fishfolk merchant if they'd still like to acquire them. They eagerly take your offer. As we lose 1, that's fine. We gain 2 fame. Okay, that's cool. That gets us both to 11, so we're near having silver options for buying extra cards. And this one is a path advancement. I, again, didn't show you this in the first chapter video, but we're going to see it today. Echo has done awesome. She, in both scenarios, got maximum advancement. Dust didn't do quite as well. So they both unlocked another square, and they chose another reserve power card, so they'll have 3 power cards floating around their deck now. And then Echo unlocked an extra card. Dust is almost there. So you'll see this in a second. But that is it for our trip to Naviri. Let's get to our little side quest. And again, this is not going to be spoilery for like the main storyline. It's just going to show you one option of a branching path in the campaign. Between Friends. You return as the sun dips into the ocean, spilling warm colors across the Navirian sky. You've hardly advanced more than 2 steps into the citadel before a plump clerk rushes toward you. "There you are," she says. "I've received a note in your absence." She hands you a folded piece of paper sealed with a wax stamp.
Please tell the chameleon that we will need him to return the desalinator he took on his way out.
You can't help but grin. Case really is one of a kind. This is like a little chameleon thief guy that helped us out in Tidal Blades 1 and like that storyline. You open the letter from the thief and read it aloud to your companions.
Hey Blades, I need a tiny favor. Some of my informants have stopped showing at our rendezvous points. It might be nothing, but I have a hunch. Meet me at the desert market tomorrow at noon?
You don't relish being involved with the desert gangs, but with the Coral Guard focused on the Fold crisis, someone could be making a power play. Case has good instincts. If you go, you may be able to keep things from getting worse. As you discuss what to do with the letter, you notice a familiar face with expectant eyes standing in the corridor leading to your rooms. Before you can say anything, Greedo the Tooth comes hopping in with a big wave of his arms.
"My dearest friends, I have the most amazing surprise for you. A little gesture to repay you for saving my life."
Axel raises an eyebrow.
We did? Oh, right, the Guaracuda incident.
This is again from the Tidal Blades 1 story. Cayman growls, but Sagashi has a fellow inventor's interest.
What's the surprise?
He asks.
"My greatest achievement,"
the old inventor replies with a toothless smile.
"But you'll have to come with me to the desert to pick it up tomorrow. Easy peasy, it's just my old bones. You see, can't carry anything too heavy these days."
Knowing Greedo, nothing is ever that simple. His inventions are known to be anything from impractical to hazardous. Then again, he seems genuinely proud of his work, and your curiosity is certainly piqued. All right, so this is a branching thing. I'm going to show you 4A. If you don't want spoilers, you can just play 4B when you get the game. Chapter 4A, Slisk's Warehouse. The merciless desert sun is high in the sky as you wait for Case in the desert market. It's not strange for him to be late, but when you ask, the Gulfin tending to the nearby fruit cart reveals that Case was here yesterday but seemed on edge. He hasn't returned since. As you join the others sitting under an awning to avoid the burning sun, you hear a psst. Behind you, in the shadows between two piles of tusk liquor crates, is an elderly Magnaphron. He beckons you closer with a gnarled hand.
"The chameleon boy went that way," he says, pointing to the other side of the market. "He's been going to the old Dyer's district almost every day this week. Last night, some of Slisk's thugs were creeping around looking for the boy. I don't know what can of eels he opened this time, but I'd be careful if I was you."
Following the fish folks' directions, you reach an overgrown warehouse guarded by a gang of heavily armed salamanders. Not wanting to draw attention, you circle around and find a back door in an alley guarded by a single bandit. Cayman motions you to stay hidden as he sneaks up on the unsuspecting thug.
"Where is Case?"
he growls, pressing the crossbow into the salamander's back.
He's in there, but so are the sharpest claws,
the salamander hisses. With a sharp knock from the back of his crossbow, Cayman knocks him out cold. Together you open the back door and creep inside.
Smells like Droska stables, Axel says, grimacing.
What are they keeping in here? A low buzzing permeates the darkness. As your eyes adjust, you see that several dye storage vats have been converted to cells. Violent scrapes and hisses echo from inside.
Case must be in one of those locked cells, Dust whispers. There appears to be a central console in the back. I bet we can control the doors from there, Sagashi says, pointing to a glowing screen on the opposite end of the building.
A sharp thud startles all of you. Krobak has thrown one bandit to the ground and is wrestling another.
"I don't think we need to whisper anymore," the old turtle shouts. "They're on to us."
All right, so I'm going to get everything set up. It says you followed the trail of your missing friend to an old warehouse. Strange consoles blink in the dusty darkness, connected to cells guarded by heavily armed salamanders. So this mission's going to have a ton of stuff going on. A wiring board, open cell doors, point of interest, narrative tokens. We're going to be spawning more and more salamander thugs. We have to interact with the console, narrative token A, in the back of the rune to find out which cell Case is in. It's a good old-fashioned Princess Leia Death Star breakout. All right, so here we go with everything set up, and when one of us interacts with that token up there, we'll move to the next phase of the map, but oh my gosh, there are so many enemies on the board. By the way, this is actually me re-recording this entire part of the chapter, because I was consistently making an error of not spawning enough guys. If you saw the notes I made on my first play video that I totally screwed up the ending of, when you have a circle like this with no number in it and then a black marker underneath, that means you always have an enemy there, but they're only a mutant, the stronger version of the enemy, if you're playing at that player count. So that first chapter playthrough at the end, I should have had 4 tentacles instead of 1, which would have made it way more interesting. Sorry for messing that one up. And I also messed this one up and had way fewer enemies for this one, so I'm redoing it, and it's going to be a lot tougher this time. We'll see how things go. So we've got 2 of these salamander thugs right in front of us, then a bunch more over here. And there's a spawn point on each side like this, so there's going to be more and more of these guys coming, so I want to get to A as quick as I can. To quickly talk you through the difficulty system of the game, which I think is really great. You have these difficulty modifier cards, and each time that you win a scenario, like really well, taking very few wounds, you add 1 to your difficulty level, and you're going to draw more of these cards at the start of a scenario to modify the enemies. And in this case, the Salamander Thugs have a mysterious power, Tidal Attack. Whenever they roll a tide on their attack, they will cause me to discard 2 cards in my hand at random, and then I'll draw 1 card. So they're going to just kind of like mess up my tactical makeup. That's not the worst one I've seen. Some of them like give them armor or regeneration or stuff. On the other side of things, if I was losing missions or winning them but with a ton of wounds, I would slowly get more and more Citadel Aid cards, which give me a one-time big boost in some way for my characters. So that's kind of how the game tries to adaptively modify difficulty for you and your group. But now let's get to the setup for my characters. I chose for Dust to start out with her Battle Dance power. She has 3 powers now. The other 2 are shuffled into her deck, mainly because it's got 3 chaining attack right off the bat, and because there's some salamanders right in our face, I just want to hit them really hard. But it also has the ability, after each chain attack with 2 or more cards involved, move at 2. So it's going to get her a little bit towards that A token as well. And she's got her items from Naviri. I'm definitely going to be using those. And also, this is something you didn't see in the first playthrough, but I love it. This is the path advancement system. So in each chapter, you're going to get a random card for your character, and it's going to give you 2 sort of side quests to go for. 1 for flow, 1 for grit. And the better you do on them, the more circles you're going to fill in on your own character sheet and unlock more bonuses and special cards and things. So Dust is trying to both perfectly align, activate stunts on cards. Stunts, here, I'll show you one. Here you go. Anytime a card has a spirit cost like this that lets you do something special, that is a stunt. So I just got to make sure I use some of those. And I have to do that 3 times within the scenario to get my flow upgrade unlocked. And then for Relentless Blade, I got to do 7 or more damage in a single turn, which Dust, if she combos a bunch of chain things together, usually doesn't have too hard a time doing. And I only have to do that once to get grit going. Meanwhile, Echo's starting with one of my favorite of her powers, Know Your Enemy. So it's a 2 dice, 3 range attack, not too bad, some movement, but the power is the part I love here. You make a free reroll on 1 attack each round. This doesn't say 1 attack by Echo. This doesn't say 1 attack on her turn. This can be an enemy attack. This can be one of Dust's attack. Free rerolls are awesome, so I'm going to try to keep that around for the entire battle. And then for her random goal, she's got Healthy Appraisal. Begin or end your turn adjacent to an enemy with full health. That's not my favorite. I mean, begin might not be too bad if they run up to me, but end would mean I like move over to them right in their range to attack and then just don't hit them. So yeah, I got to do that twice for knowledge. Or fully charge. This one I think is pretty doable. Have all of your shells on your quantum reservoir at one time. Especially once I get out, there's another power card in here that lets me get 1 free quantum reservoir each round. That one seems potentially doable, especially if I use her new item that will get her 1 quantum reservoir each time the card is activated. Just to look a bit more carefully at the Salamander Thugs, so they tend to do 2 to 3 damage, they tend to move 2 to 4, and they always attack with ranged combat. Just something to note if I gotta get next to them, it'll be a bit more annoying. They sometimes have Armored, where they'll block damage automatically. They sometimes have Pierce, where they'll go through our shield. That sucks. And Relentless is going to be in a lot of scenarios when you have spawning. That means even if I kill every salamander on the map, I'm going to keep on flipping cards for them because it'll spawn more salamanders. That's what that keyword's all about. And they're going before me, so there's not much I'm going to be able to do to prevent these first 2 attacks unless I go super fast. Let's check our cards. And there's also a decent chance they'll pierce through my defenses anyway. So for Dust, let's see. I got Recharge. I don't really need that yet. Basic Strike. Ooh, Synchronized Shields is a basic chaining strike and some armor. I love that. And Sword Throw is a pretty cool one. It's a range attack, but if I spend a spirit or after the attack, put a status effect that turns this into a 1 attack card, I can make it chain. So I could do like a 5 dice ranged attack. But yeah, I think Synchronized Shields is the key one here. Get some armor and damage going. And then Echo got a really cool power, Psychic Blade. It lets her change her initiative up or down 1. Bunch of movement, gets focus for boosting attacks, and it says at the start of your turn, choose 1 enemy figure that shares your initiative level, and they lose 2 life. Now, right now, the salamanders are 2 above Echo, but this lets her go up or down 1, so maybe she'll get lucky and they'll go down 1 level, and then it'll trigger. All right, and the salamanders, ooh, awesome. Okay, this worked out well. They're doing a 2 movement and then a 3 damage, 3 range attack. They are armored this round. That part kind of sucks. But they move down 1, so actually after Dust, and then Echo moves up 1, so Psychic Blade is going to trigger on them. Heck yeah. Oh, so Dust is first. That's interesting. So yeah, so I'll have 6 life plus 1 armor, so I don't think Dust is going to kill anybody this round. But they're not piercing, so some armor will be good. What can I do with this then? The one enemy is 3 away, but I don't want to not use the 3 damage here. Yeah, so let's have Dust take some more damage, I guess, and let's do that. And hey, you know what, with the hey, let's go ahead and do that as well. So I'm going to get 2 movement, then 3 movement and a shield, and then do a 5 damage attack. So 2 movement, and then another movement. Getting a shield, and we'll do the chain for 5. And remember, Echo can let me re-roll if it's a terrible roll. And here we go. Oh, that's looked pretty dang good. That's 4, 5, 6. Holy crud. I'm definitely going to spend my 1 focus to make that 7. Is it really 8 damage? I guess what your armor does. Absolutely nothing, buddy. So they're dead, and they drop a spirit. I'll grab that right away for my interact. And hey, I promise you that usually it's harder to make this happen. But yay, I already got my grit goal. Let's go. So now I just got to try to do stunts. By the way, I could actually... No. Echo's not within 2, so it would be a waste. But I could have spent a spirit to give Echo a shell shield. And that would get my other one going. But we'll wait for now. Wow, that was a little bit crazy. But now the Salamander thugs are all coming. So number 1 goes there. Number 3 wants to be in range 3, so they just stay where they are and shoot me. And it's 3 base damage. Oh, that's great. I'm saying I'm ready to use Echo's reroll on these things, but I don't need to. That means they only do 1. And Dust will go ahead and block it with her 1 shield. It's working out way too well for me. Okay, number 5 is going to go 1, 2. And number 6 is going to go 1, 2. And nobody spawned this time. This was the best card ever. Of course, I will not be so lucky next round, I'm sure. All right, now it's Echo's turn, and you know what? I realized that I got a little bit overexcited. I thought I was going to get to benefit from Psychic Blade because I'm on their initiative level, but it needs to already be in play, and then at the start of my turn. So if I'd started with it, I would have been fine. Oh, well. So let's see. I want her to move far to get toward, like, the console. I could go, like, crazy style and move 7. How close would that get her? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I could. Oh my gosh, she could use a spirit. Let's do it, right? I mean, every round they're just going to be spawning more guys, so no time like the present. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hello, 6, 7. Spirit 8. Whoops. And she also gets a free focus, and she's not going to use the reroll at all. You know what? Let's go ahead and get this thing going for Psychic Blade, right? And get a free Quantum Reservoir working towards her fully charged. Oh, and she almost ended her turn. In fact, wait, could she end her turn? No. That guy's 2 spaces away from the console, so if I want to interact with it, I can't do Healthy Appraisal. Oh, well. So let's turn this thing on and see what it says about our friend. Well, that's funny. The narrative's from the point of view of Echo. Override the locks.
The cells aren't labeled. These 2 are different from the others,
Echo says, pointing at the 2 large cells at the far end of the room.
I think we can override the locks by rerouting the wiring on 3 consoles, but it'll probably open some of these doors too.
She indicates the other 4, which are shown in an ominous red. All right, so now we've got this wiring puzzle, and each turn we can interact with a console as our interact. And if we're next to this basic console that Echo's next to, we can only mess with these 3 that don't have one of the 4 geometric shapes on them. And for our interact, we can rotate it 90 degrees. We can exchange it with something next to it. And that does let us, by the way, exchange with something that is not what we're interacting with. So even though she's using like the basic console to interact with that, she could switch it with that square one. Or she can just move a tile into an empty space. And the special doors we have to get into, one of which our friend is probably in, is circle equal and square triangle. We have to have those connected simultaneously. So I'm thinking fastest to start with would be like equal. That's 1, 2 moves. And then circle is a little bit longer, be 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I don't know if there's any way to do it faster than that. When actually I could take a basic interact like on Echo's next turn to swap these 2, which means I only need to interact with equals once. So maybe I should get like both characters over to circle, or maybe the person who gets equals really quickly can then start working on square. Because if I get square like there, and then get this one there and rotate it, and then move this over, then I think... Or no, if I just move it there and there and there, yeah, then I could like rotate them in. So I'm going to go for equals and circle first, and then square and triangle. By the way, that's the end of round 1. Great round 1. That was like the best round 1 ever, especially compared to last time I played this one. Let's see, for round 2, Echo's got Time Bend, where she can teleport adjacent to another hero. So I'm kind of thinking maybe she does this one and then she runs over to equals and Dust runs over to circle, the one we got to do several times. And then she could time bend to teleport next to Dust. Although maybe she just lets Dust handle it, because look, the door's all the way over here, so if she teleports away, then who's going to actually go in and investigate once that thing's open? I'm not sure. Either way, she's not going to use time bend for now, and I guess she wants to stay on her initiative. So let's do, I don't want to go too slower. I want us to have a chance of her know your enemy, or not her, the other one, the Psychic Blade one to fire. So let's try Force Field for her. Oh man, you know what? I just realized I forgot that my Blade Dance would have given me 2 movement. I would have gone next to this guy, which would have, when he attacked, made him retreat 1, which would have meant that Echo would have been next to him. You know, we're going to say all that happened. That way Echo gets her first step on her little healthy appraisal thing. That's only vaguely cheating, right? I knew that number 3 was going to activate next, and I knew that he was going to move 1 step away, so it's not that big of a thing, I don't think. But yeah, now what does Dust want to do? She can get next to number 3 pretty easily, so strike. Or fight or flight is a little bit more, yeah, it's just a better card. So let's get that on the board faster. Okay, so neither of us is changing our initiative. They are going too slower? Come on, salamander slugs. So, yeah, they're going down there. Echo's not going to get to do her Psychic Blade. Oh, they're going to spawn a mutant on B. That's on the right side. Wonderful. Salamander slug's going to be armored. Great also. And they're doing a 3 damage attack, 3 range. Okay, well, let's try to kill number 3 maybe. So Dust is going to be first. And she could try to do Fight or Flight and Battle Dance with an extra die. That'd be 6 dice, and Echo still has a free reroll. Could go for like another quick kill here. Alternatively, a little bit safer, I could go like that. That would give me the free movement to get next to the guy, so I wouldn't have to use the Spirit. I could do a 4 attack. I would get a free shield. I could spend another Spirit to get Echo a shield. That would get me closer to perfectly aligned triggering. Because I'm probably not going to kill the guy. I don't have any more focus. So yeah, let's go for that one. And in fact, who cares about the extra die? Let's go for it like that. Oh wait, but actually, I just realized Echo is going to be flanking with me, so I might actually kill the guy. So never mind. We are going to go for the bigger go home one here. So we'll use 1 Spirit to move right here. And technically we're flanking the guy because we're on opposite sides, although with 2-player, if you're anywhere on both sides of an enemy but not next to each other, it counts as flanking. It's a little bit easier to flank in 2-player. And flanking, if you don't remember from the first video, if you didn't watch that, means that every tied symbol is going to be a hit, where usually that would be nothing. All right, and I'm doing 6. You know what? Let's start getting some Quantum Reservoir for her, too. So 6 dice, 1, 4, 6. And Echo has her 1 reroll. If we do terribly, that looks pretty good, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's definitely enough. Yeah, even with the armor, that takes number 3 out. And we've got a fruit. But now I immediately can move 2 with Dust. So if Dust goes west to get this one, we've got 2 guys waiting for her. If Dust goes east, it's only number 5. But a mutant is spawning this turn, and they're way, way more dangerous. Yeah, so I think I'm going to send her this way. Is this guy going to get in range? Moving 2 and then range 3. No, we should be fine. That does mean she can't interact to get that, because I don't think you can interact like in the middle of an action. So Echo can grab that, and she'll probably need it more anyway, because she's probably going to get hurt by the 2 guys she's running towards. All right, and Echo is next. I want her to interact once and then, like, run, but I don't want her to get murdered by everybody. She could get a lot of shields, right? That's probably the best way to go. So let's do, like, that maybe? Sure. So she's getting 4 quantum shields. That'll get her close to her fully charged. And then she can move 2. And that's it. And she still got her powers that aren't done anything yet. But first she'll interact before she moves and do the 1 basic exchange there to get the equal sign ready to flip downwards. Okay, then she's got 2 move. I guess I'll move through that to get the fruit, although it's going to now take me slightly longer to get to where I can start interacting with that one. And then, oh, crud. Oh, crud. Did she put herself in range of everybody? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, okay, so never mind. We're going to go there so we don't suffer a ton of attacks. So it seems like it'd be a bad strategy, even though, again, now she has to run even farther. Oh, that's right. She does have 4 shields. She should be, but I mean, is it worth a single movement just to get like that many more shields? I don't think so. I think she's going to stay there. Okay, now the salamander slugs go. So 1, 2, not quite in range. 1, 2, not quite in range. 1, 2, not in range. And we got our first mutant coming out. Hello. And that brings us to our next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Best she could do would be run for 2 more. And then if she like put it here, that'd be 5 movement, and then 2 spirit would get her to 7 movements. That would get her there this turn. But she's currently faster than the salamanders, so she's probably going to waste all of her blocking. I mean, run is let me go up or down 1. But like something like Power Up or Focus Blast would make it almost certain that they would attack before she goes. That's probably safer, right? It's probably way safer. So yeah, let's go for Focus Blast for her. As for Dust, I just want to get over there, and she doesn't have any armor anyway. But he's also like a little bit low on stuff, and I might want to go after the guy. So let's go and do Recharge. All right, what are my friends doing? Oh, sorry, we're in round 3. Salamander, Thug. Their armor, they're going to spawn a regular guy on A in a second. They're attacking, okay, well, everybody in range. That part's not bad. 3 movement, 2 range. Oh, and their initiative's not, oh, yeah. Echo will get to use her power finally. So, I want Dust to go later. We're going to pick the bottom option, and Echo will go after. Okay, so Salamander Thugs are first. So they want to move to be at range 2. And they have 2 base damage, but don't forget the wave effect that'll make me discard cards. Okay, so that's 3 damage against Echo. No problem. She loses 1 to block up to 4 damage, so she's good. And then our mutant is clearly not going to reach us yet. Number 5, though. 1, 2, 3 does get to us. And Dust has no defense. That's awesome. So that's 0 damage. Oh, sorry. Their base attack was 2, not 3. So Echo, I mean, either way, Echo block. But yeah, that's great. And then finally 6, their first preference is actually to attack as many people as possible, but I don't think they can reach 1, 2, 3. Yeah, they still wouldn't be in range of Dust, so they're just going to move as little as possible to attack Echo. And, oh, that's the card discard thing. That's okay, I guess. So she will block the 2 damage, and then she discards 2 cards at random. I kind of wanted to keep that that teleporting one, and I did! Ha ha ha! And then I draw 1 card. Oh, so that means... well, the drawing 1 doesn't matter as much since her turn hasn't happened yet, so she's going to draw to 4 at the end of her turn anyway. Okay, so not too bad. Nobody got hurt. Wow. All right, Dust is next with Recharge. There's a dude 1 away, so I should probably, like, fight him, right? Yeah, let's do our Synchronize thing here, I think. And do I really care about the extra die? I don't think I do for this round. I mean, they're armored again. So I'm going to get full Spirit, full Focus, get a shield, get a free move, and then attack for 2. Okay, so whoop. Yeah, I'm not expecting to do very much with this attack. So I mean, 1 would get through their armor, or if I spend a Focus 2. I'm not going to. I'll just do the 1 damage. All right. Oh, I forgot to spawn the new guy. Number 4 will be on A. Yeah, but that's a lot of dudes. It's a lot of dudes, even though I've killed several. And you know what? I think I will spend 2 Spirit out of 3 to get here and start interacting. Let's open our first door. I've played this before now, so I know what's going to happen, but y'all don't, maybe. So let's see what it is. So yeah, this equal signs door opens immediately, and it stays open even if we disconnect it now. And what have we got? The door swings open. From the shadows within, you see 2 glowing eyes on a large, menacing, eel-like body. Stay calm and move back. Whatever you do, don't attack them. Slisk will have our heads if we kill them, a terrified salamander cries.
Ah, the darn kid gotta be in one of the other cells, Cayman growls, reloading his harpoon. Y'all continue with those turnimals. I'll take care of the beast.
Wait, Echo exclaims. The Bulaburas are fearsome, but also sacred. If unprovoked, they'll live peacefully.
They look pretty provoked to me, Axel yells back as a giant Bulabura charges out of the door. So yeah, this is the part that I, again, totally messed up, which is why I had to re-record this scenario, because I only placed 1 Bulabura instead of these other 3, which are not mutants, because we're not playing with 2 players, but are definitely here. All right, so we got Bulaburas. Normally they would have 7 life, but in this one they're wounded, so they start out with half rounded down, so they only have 3. So if I want to kill them, I probably can, but they will attack the salamanders if the salamanders are the closest enemy. So I tell you what, I'm not going to attack them too often. They attack for 4 to 6 damage, move 3 to 5 spaces. They can inflict the stun status, which would make me have to spend a focus to activate a card. And they have the recoil ability. They want to target the last figure that damaged it with a melee attack this round. So like if Dust, for example, is before them and she's the closest to them, she can smack them on the nose and say no, and not let them attack her. So their starting initiative is 5, but we draw a card for them, and it's up to, which means they're on initiative line 3, and importantly, that means that they don't get to go this turn. When a new enemy that's not on the board yet is spawned, if they are before the person that already went, then their turn already got skipped. Which is sad for me, because this guy would have gone 1, 2, 3, 4, and eaten number 4. We'll let him do that next time. I, by the way, will be keeping a wide berth around that Bullabor. We go, and oh my gosh, I guess the square one's pretty close to me too. All right, but that was Dust's turn. Now to Echo, and yeah, I want to run. Oh, I get all my shields. Come over here. So still not at full quantum reservoir. But maybe I do a focused blast against these enemies and stuff. And also get 3 move. Also get 2 more quantum reservoirs. So I'll be really close to full. That seems good. Although, I should probably get some shields, shouldn't I? I could do like that to get some shields and a little bit of spirit and then spend it to move a bit, although I still wouldn't be getting very close to that thing that I need to get to. Now, let's just tank some damage, I think. Oh, I forgot. Starting my turn, I can target somebody on my same initiative, and they lose 2 life, ignoring any shields or armor. So it should be 1 or 6. I mean, those are the ones I clearly want to do it to. Or the red one that's damaged. Let's go for number 6. He seems the farthest from the Bullabora. Or no, let's do number 1, because Echo can actually move around number 6 and then end her turn next to a fully healed person and get her second goal. So yeah. Boop and boop. Yes, I'm going to move 2 with all her spirit that she got. That's from that thing. Then she'll... Oh, wait, what am I talking about? I was going to move a whole lot more than that. So yeah, I mean, whatever. It doesn't really matter. Okay, before she runs too much farther, she'll go and do her focus blast against the same injured number 1 guy. And then she'll run and get some focus from this. I know she still has her once per round reroll, doesn't she? Okay, so 2 dice. He's got armor against number 1. That's not really great. Sure, let's reroll both of them with her power. Okay, she's got 2 focus. Let's do it, because she's about to get 1 back. So that's 4 damage, 3 with his armor. Nice, the number 1 is almost dead if she can get lucky with her initiative power again. Yeah, and then she's going to do this one to get an extra quantum reservoir, to get a focus, and move 3. 1, 2. Oh, I thought she could reach with this. Dang it, I wish I... oh well, it's okay. Oh, crud, and then is the Bullabora. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So you know what? Let's maybe go here, just in case the initiative doesn't work out in my favor and the creature wants to attack me first. Oh, you know what I should have done? I already rolled great, though, so I don't want to say I did it now, but I should have used that to target both of the guys, and then I could have done 3 damage to both of them. But yeah, I didn't expect very much with 2 dice against armor, so I don't think I would have actually done that. Oh, well. All right, now we go into round 4, and it's fun time. What should I do? Okay, so... Oh, man, I have to go faster or slower, so there's no way for her to maybe stay on the same thing. Well, I guess... Strike doesn't seem... I don't think anybody's going to be next to her. Set up the shot. All attacks this round have pierce, and she could do her 3-range attack she just did. Maybe finish off number 1, so going faster might not be too bad. Yeah, okay, so she'll do set up the shot. As for Dust, she just wants to, murder some people, right? And actually, if she goes slow, yeah, the mutant will get next to her and hit her, but then she can hit, both of them for a pretty big attack. That might be worth doing. Oh, but that's right. They're range attackers, so they won't be in range of her to hit them both. So let's go for this basic strike then. All right, and the Salamander Thugs are staying on the same initiative, so set up the shot is going to make Echo too fast for her power. Oh, and the Bullabird is slowing down? No, eat the guys. Eat the guys. That's your whole job. Okay, so they're down here, and she's up there. It's the only chain, so Echo is first. All right, so yeah, Echo's definitely going to... Ooh, and the Salamander Slugs are armored too, so set up the shot is great. So she's going to go here, I think. I really want her to have some armor for people who get past the Bullaburas. Oh, but what about this? Okay, so you can resolve things in any order and do free actions in any order. So what I'm going to do is I'm first going to do set up the shot to move 3 and give myself a piercing for all my attacks. Actually, I don't think it's going to work because I think I have to activate the 3 movement card before I have the piercing, which means I would be too far away to shoot number 1. Darn it. All right, well then, as much as it sucks, I'm going to activate Focus Blast first without the piercing. I think I'm doing that right. And I'm going to get the Quantum Reservoir first, which will get me fully charged. But then I'm immediately, because I know I'm about to get some armor, going to spend 3 of it to make this a 3-dice attack against number 1, who's 3 away, and he has 2 armor and 1 life. I just need to get 3 hits. Let's roll good like I did last time. Oh, I do have a focus, so I'll spend it to get 4. That'll defeat him. That leaves a focus all the way over there. Not sure if any of us will ever be able to go get it. Then I can get the 2 armor and do my 3 movement for set up the shot. And yeah, I want to get away from these guys. So I guess 1, 2, 3 is maybe the best. And I can do a triangle or circle move. And we know the big one we need to do is get circle flipped around and then up there to open it. And actually, Dust could help with that because I could do that for Dust's move, that for Echo's next move, swap for Dust's next move. So that... I think is a smart idea to kind of fast-track this first open. All right, so Echo's done. The Salamander Slugs are moving 4 to attack for 2 at range 2. So yeah, that's definitely happening. This mutant wants to get to there. You can measure... These things do block line of sight, but you can measure line of sight from any part of a hex to the same part of a hex. So here, he can easily see her. Now, it's only a 2 attack to start, but he's a mutant. 4. It can get a lot. Yeah, it can get even worse than that. Maybe I won't have echoes once per round reroll for that. So Dust will block with her 1 shield and take 3. Ouch. Okay, number 4, we'll go 1, 2, and attack. Okay, so just 2 damage, but and she blocks all of it, but you will have to do the discard thing. There's the block. And this time the discard actually matters because she'll only have fewer cards to choose from next turn since she already went. So she still didn't lose her teleportation one, which is cool. Wait a second, how did I get... why do I have all the cards mixed up? Oh, crap, I think I put Dust Powers in Echo's deck. No wonder she wasn't drawing any. All right, let's mix those in and go back. So I should have 3 cards, right? Yeah, I had 4 and then discarded 2 and drew 1. Okay. Okay, then this guy does not want to be next to her, so he'll go here. I wish I could open that circle door as soon as possible. And what have we got? 3 damage for Dust. Ugh. You know what? I will use Echoes once per turn reroll on that, because there are like double miss sides, for example. Or it's the same. Darn it. I could have Echo reroll again, but nah, whatever. Okay, finally number 6. 1, 2, 3. I don't think they can see from there. Maybe they can. Okay. And final attack. Another discard for Echo. Wow. All right. Oh, wow. How did she keep on keeping the time bend? Okay, so now she's only got 2 choices for next round. That kind of sucks. But ain't no spawn for the salamanders at least. Okay, now it's Dust's turn. So they have 2 armor. I don't have rerolls anymore. 5 is hurt, but the mutant is way more dangerous if I could kill it. Yeah, you know what? Forget that guy. Let's freaking go for it. I'm going to go boom. I will lose my nice chain attack ability, but it's okay. I'm going to spend 1 spirit to move. Well, first I'll interact. I could do a square or equal sign, but I'm going to do the plan we just said and do that. Then the 1 spirit will get me next to them. And I'm doing a 7 dice attack. I get a free thing, but they are blocking, of course, 2 of it. And they have 8 life, so I'm not expecting a lot here, but I can reroll, Echo can reroll, and she's got 2 focus. Oh my gosh, that looks pretty good, y'all. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. Do I not even need the second one? 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Minus 2 armor would be 7. They wouldn't be dead. Yeah, I'm going to spend all my focus. That was a lot, but I took out this jerk altogether. Yeah. And, a double spirit, but currently I can't get it. I already interacted with that for the turn, and I don't have any movement left. Now, never mind. She can move 2 because she did a chain attack. So I'll go 1, 2, get closer to the door that's about to open. Now, unfortunately, these all go away, but this stays on the action space for every time I activate it. So that's 3 cards gone. And she can discard anything she doesn't want. Yeah, so Spinning Blades is almost useless in a battle against all, like, ranged people. Sword Throw is okay. Swift Foot, I like that it has different initiatives. So, yeah, we'll keep all of these. Ooh, and she gets some more movement, so she should be able to get in that room pretty quickly once it opens. And, hey, let's not forget, they're going now. 3 movement, 6 attack. Oh, it's a thing of beauty. Only one of them can move. 1, 2, 3, 3. Who do they prioritize? I guess this guy is technically closer to the top in initiative because they have an earlier number. They're doing 6 attack plus nothing. They don't have any special thing for that. Now, green guy did have 2 armor, so he's down to 2. But, hey, that was a beautiful thing. Just eat them all. Although, actually, don't eat them all. Let's hope they spawn fast enough so that the Bullaburs can be distracted, or I'll have to kill them myself. All right, we're going to round 5. Dust. The door's about to open. See, I think she wants dash. Although, if she goes before Echo, then the door won't be open, which means Echo would have to use Time Bend, but I don't want her to teleport. So let's... Oh, yeah, I can do Sturdy Defender. That'll only move her up 1, so she won't be past Echo, and the 2 red can be used for movement, so yeah, that'll work. And then Echo will do my Chronic Siphon, so that she doesn't have to do Time Bend. Yeah, she doesn't want to teleport right now. All right, and the Bullaburras are going a little faster. And the salamander slugs are going a lot faster. Crud. So let's see. They go to 2. She goes to 1, and they're still last. All right, this is... Oh, God. They're piercing if they roll a tide. They're spawning a new person on B. Everything is great. Although their base damage is only 2. That part's not too bad. All right, so first, number 4 is going to stay right there. Just keep playing with the Bullabura. And attack for 2 here. Echo does have 1 shield left. Oh, that was good. Oh, wait. So it's piercing, so her shield can't be used. But it's -1, so it's 1 base damage. But she has to discard again. Well, she has his Time Bend, so I guess she'll just discard that and then draw. Okay, number 5 is going to go here. And Dust still has no armor, so... Did I reroll that? She's about to take another wound. I take so many wounds in this game. I mean...
it could get even worse. There's only a couple sides the roll misses. Yeah, let's just take it. So that's 1, 2, 3 damage, and she's wounded again. That, I guess? I don't know. Okay, and finally 6 is already in range. We'll just stay where they are. And, okay, also piercing. So, again, Echo won't get to use her 1 armor. Also discarding. So she'll discard the 1 card she just drew. It's kind of hilarious. And 2 damage gets through this time, but she's still doing okay. All right, now we get to Echo. And she's got... Oh, all enemies in range 3 lose 1. That's pretty cool. Is that even... I think it's even going to affect the Bullabora, so it'll be only 2 away from death in case we need to get rid of it. Kind of want her to attack, but there's no way to do that without losing cool powers, right? Well, she could do, like, Focused Blast, Micronic Siphon, set up the shot, finish off 4, so the Bullabora uses its big attack on 6 instead. Oh, that's right. Micronic Siphon's going to kill 4 anyway, no matter what. So then she doesn't need to clear a row. Let's get her some shields. So this one comes out. Yeah, I don't know. Let's go like that. Why not? We're activating this row, so we will not discard this. So first I get 2 more of these, and all enemies in range 3 lose 1, which is all these dudes. Oh, 4 had 2 life left? Wait a second. Is that right? Never mind then. I'm going to change my action. I am going to do the Focused Blast row. Okay, so I'll still do the same thing. I'll get this. I'll hit everybody in range 3. By the way, I almost forgot to spawn another guy over here. Okay, so that was that. Then, I'm a little bit full up here, aren't I? So I'll go ahead and spend 3 of these to do the basic 1 spirit, 1 focus action. Then I'll do Focus Blast, get another Quantum Reservoir, and do a 2 attack to finish off 4, so 6 can play with the Bullabora. Just need 1 damage. They have no armor this time. That'll more than do it. And that takes out that. Oh, I should probably do the interact before I move. So it's that, because then, yeah, Dust will be able to swap it, and that'll open up Circle. Where is Circle? Oh, look at that. 5 will have a friend to play with. Yay! Okay, now what do I do for my 3 movement? I don't know if I want to do anything. Bullabura is already going to attack 6 because they're faster in initiative order. If I run over and get that, they'll attack me. I want to do another interact next turn. So yeah, I think all those... There's all this fruit in like the opened up places, and I just can't... I'm not brave enough to go get any of it. All right, so that will get rid of all of these. And I can also discard any cards I want in my hand. Psychic Surge is... I could boost it to be 2 dice, or if I build all the way up to 6, 3 dice against 3 targets. But I don't think, with all the Bullaburs around, I don't think they're going to eat that many. So I'm going to discard that and draw a full hand of 4. All right, there we go. Okay, next is Dust. She's got Sturdy Defender. Oh, and this is clearly the one, because I want to move the max possible, right? So I'm going to put that right there. And she did get hurt, so she can both get 2 shields and get 2 spirit. But let's spend a little bit first. All right, so she's not going to do the range attack here, but she will get the shield and 1 move. 2, 3 move, 4 moves, so that Sturdy Defender will be full, and then 2 spirit and 2 shields, so that's 4 move plus 3 more if she needs it. Oh, but first let's activate this little switch. Boop, so circle's open. And also, that's just another token to show that's open. I mean, actually, I guess I can use the same thing. It doesn't really matter. 1, 2, 3... 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Oh, but we got to interact with it. Well, then I don't need to spend all my spirit, right? I can go 1. It was 1 from the red, 2 from the actual card, 1 from my item. And I might as well spend 2 spirits, so I'll be right next to it for next turn. I could go get some fruit, too. I'll have to think about that. Okay, and now hilarity ensues. These guys are moving 4 and attacking for 5. On a tide, they stun. Although I'm pretty sure enemies are never affected by status. I don't think that matters. But yeah, 4 movement, 5 damage. So yeah, 1, 2, 1, 2. But they're earlier in initiative, so that's the tiebreaker. Yay. And it's 5 damage plus 2. He's dead. He's so dead. Oh, God. He's dead. And suddenly Echo is looking a little lonely. If she can go before the Bullabora, which right now she is, and hit it with a melee attack, then it can't hurt her. Yeah, then this one's coming out. Can y'all just spawn like a little faster, salamanders? They need to eat. It's another 5 plus 1, 6. I think that's another kill. Yeah, y'all, I'm getting a little bit scared over here of all the Bullaburas everywhere. I mean, this one only has 3 life. The other one only has 2. I guess I can just kill him, even though Echo said not to in the the flavor text. All right, so going round 6, and I'm terrified of these giant creatures. What do I want to do? I would love for Dust to go before Echo. So we can find out what's at the narrative point that she's at and like find out what Echo needs to do next. And I'd also like Dust to be able to run back quickly. So let's do dash. That'll accomplish all those things, right? Or I just drew this power card, Trinite Parry. Also is 3 move, also is faster. And if you get attacked by an adjacent enemy, it's only going to apply to the Bullaburs. But I mean, it's good to get it going, right? I guess so. Let's play that. And as for Echo, I kind of want to like blow up the Bullabora, but oh my gosh, I have like no attacks. Fight or flight. There we go. I can just charge into battle with it. All right, and these guys, they're going to spawn a mutant. Good. And they're moving even faster. Jeez. Okay, and how about the Bullaburs? They're going slower. That's fine. So, whoops, I didn't bring fight or flight over. So Trinite. Okay, they're going there, and there. Cool. So salamanders are first. And there's only one left alive. Can they reach her? 1, 2, 3. No, not quite. But they are going to be blocking the door for a second. That's kind of annoying. Meanwhile, there's a mutant here. Ooh, so if I can get Echo far enough away, the Bullabur should run over there. That's good. All right, Dust is next. Let's do the interaction first. This one isn't a cell at all, but a small workshop. Scraps of electronics and some welding equipment lay beside a table on which sits a sturdy wooden box. Inside you find 4 ominous devices. Explosives, definitely, Kroback affirms after delicately inspecting the package. There are also shipping details on the side, but it's all gibberish. Probably encrypted. I wonder what this was shipping to. Look what I found, Sagashi exclaims, waving a diagram with symbols matching those on the displays. This is a guide to opening the cells, he says cheerfully. Ooh, you may immediately manipulate any 2 node tiles. And then we also get the mysterious package. Okay, we need to get the other one before we'll actually be finished. So I think only these count as node tiles. So I certainly want to do that. And then I want to move that there and move that up, and we'll be done. Yes, there was really no reason to manipulate another one, so we'll just stop there. I guess it didn't really save us much time, did it? Yeah, so Dust needs to friggin' break through this dummy. But Trinite Parry ain't hitting very hard to do that. What do I do? Maybe I just, like, move a ton. The Bullabur should, like, eat the guy, right? Maybe I go here and get 5 movement and, like, try to grab some fruit and then come back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's really far away. Well, you know what, here, with that in mind, what if I do that? Because now I can open up square with a circle manipulation, like by Echo, if Justice can't get out of there fast enough. So sure, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why not? She's got a spirit as well to move later, because that'll pay enough for her to keep these at the end of the scenario. Okay, and then it's Echo. So I was going to attack the Bullabura, but now if I can just get far enough away, they'll go attack the mutant, so I shouldn't need to. So maybe something like that would be good. Or, here, that would be pretty good, right? That'll give me a ton of extra movement if I want. Yeah, so that's a lot of stuff. Getting a free quantum reservoir, getting a free focus and 3 movement, and then 2 more movement and a bunch of spirit. Well, first let's go ahead and manipulate this and get triangle open, because that's going to give one more friend to play with them. They're moving 5, so yeah, they should be able to reach them. Okay, and then she's got 3 movement, then 2 more, and then some spirit as well. So let's go like 1, 2, get that. 3, 4, 5, and then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Oh, no, 1, 2. So we'll spend 1 spirit to get that far away. That way I think the Bullabor will go for the other guy. And speaking of them, 1, 2, 3, hi. Salamanders have no armor this turn. They're like, oh, I just got here. Oh, man, only 2 damage. The mutant just kind of shrugs that off. Now these other ones, 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess it would go. Oh, no, it's clockwise there. Oh, crud, is Dust going to be able to get out of the door with them? That's just 4. So he's not dead yet, but I feel like he might be. 1, 2, 3. Yep, 4, 5. Oh, God, they're blocking the door. Dust, run for your life. Okay, yeah, he's dead. But on the next round, Echo can do that, which will open up the final door. Oh, no, do that, which will open up the final door. And then she can try to hide. Maybe we don't have to kill any Bullabors. Maybe we can actually be peaceful here. So to that end, let's do Desert Twister, because it gets her armor. And let's, just do Dash to go fast. And, okay, the Bullabors are not going fast. And the Salamanders are also not changing. So we're all up here except for them. And the Salamanders still go first. I mean, the only one who's alive, although they're going to spawn another one. So he moves 3 and tries to attack at range 2. Which is not going to get him far enough away. 1, 2, 3. Oh, he doesn't reach me. Perfect. So let's keep this little mutant thing on him. Oh, darn. Another one spawns on A. I was hoping that there'd be more distractions. All right, now Dust. Oh, I should have gotten these a while ago. What the heck do I do? I shouldn't reach her this turn. So, yeah, maybe I should have tried to get all the armor next turn. So for now, let's do like that, I guess. So she'll get 1 shield. She can move 3 or 6 if she puts a little 1 movement status token on here that would make it only move 1 the next time she used it. But yeah, she's just got 6 movement to go nowhere except hide in the corner. That'll work. Ah! Okay, then the really important one. We're going to do this and get rid of all our powers. Oh, we do have to do 2 damage to somebody for free. How about the mutant just to make sure the Bullabor finishes him off? And then she can move 3. Oh, she's getting a free, wow. 3, 5, 8. And she gets another, well, whatever. It's too many. So we'll go 1, 2 for the first card. Then we've got a 3 and a 3 again. And she's going to move circle to swap it there, which gets square and triangle. And opens up our last 2 spots. And then she's got 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She'll get the fruit, and she'll interact with B next turn. Okay, the Bullabor's attack, so that one's going to stay right there and attack 6. 5 base damage, plus none, and they do have armor, so he takes 4. He's still alive. This one probably isn't going to reach, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, okay, so they're both still alive. And then, oh no, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Dust, I'm sorry. All right, this will be the final round. And Dust, just once. I don't have anything. Oh, healing. There we go. We'll use that. And Echo. Sure. Shield seem good. Although it makes her slower, so probably the salamanders will get her. And speaking of the salamander, oh no, they're going even slower than she is. And the Bullabors are staying the same. Okay, so boop, boop, boop. Okay, so Dust first. I'm going to do that and activate this row. So she, God, it's like so much stuff. I guess she'll spend 3 to get a red and an orange. Then she'll do the healing. She'll do this. She won't move. She'll heal 2, which can take you back up here. You don't take another wound if you go back down. Oh, I guess she finally activated the stunt on a card, although she's not going to do it again 2 more times. And then we should have 4 shields total. I think I forgot to move 1 over. And yeah, just, I mean, there's a lot of shields and these things, so that's good to go. Should be enough to survive. Okay, then Echo is left. Definitely going to get 4 shields. There we go. Oh, and she never did her ending next to a healthy person. I don't think there is anybody healthy on the entire board, so that won't help. But she'll move over here and have that. The cell door creaks open, and you see a tiny figure crouched in the darkness. Case looks relieved when he sees you. Oh boy, I was worried it was Slisk coming to feed me to one of those monsters. Don't worry, mate, they've already had their snack, Axel groans, flashing a nasty scratch on his forearm. You help lift the exhausted chameleon boy to his feet. Case gulps as he peers out the door and sees the mayhem the Bullaboras are causing. Did you find the package? He blurts out suddenly. Can't leave it here, too dangerous. Case, you need to tell us what's going on, Dust says. We got your message, but then you disappeared. Can't hang around, Case says, eyes wild with fear. Slisk will be here any minute now. I can't be forced to take sides again. My reputation and all, you know. He winks at you. Case, wait, but the chameleon has already vanished. Axel lets out a long, suffering sigh. You're welcome, buddy. So we actually end immediately. Yay! Whoa, glad to be out of this den, Cayman says, puffing loudly as you take cover in a nearby alley. Hey again, says Case, appearing right at Cayman's side. You still here? The huge croc grunts, startled. I thought you were one of those manders and nearly squashed you. Just wanted to thank you properly. The chameleon unlocks the door with a brass key and reveals a room filled with precious dried fruit. One of Slisk's stashes. Take as much as you want. Also, Dust, I promise you an explanation, but sadly there's somewhere else I need to be right now. He scuttles away, blending into the shadows. He didn't seem sad at all, Dust says with a sigh. All right, so we get 3 experience, 3 fruit, and 2 fame. We also get to trim a card. We did not defeat a Bullabor, so we don't get Bullabor Slayer, which I'm not even sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. And then, yeah, we would get to meet with Iran Toru, who's like the leader of the place, and do some stuff. And then since Echo got power, she gets 3 more dots and unlocks EP1, which is a new persistent power. Now, she's at her max power, so she'd have to take out one of her other cards, but it's 2 movement or 2 attack. If she has 3 plus shells in her quantum reservoir, it takes 1 less damage from each attack. That's good for like a more defensive, tanky scenario. And then Dust only did grit, so got 3 and gets DG1. Oh, another power. 2 move or 2 chain attack. Whenever you remove a status, gain a shield. And for red, you can remove a status from any hero. Whoa. That's a really nice one. And you can see which like enemies you're up against in a scenario before you pick which powers you include. So in a scenario with like really nasty status effects flying around, this would be a great one to have. By the way, I should mention quickly, since I only got 1 wound here, which is actually a very good result, in the next scenario with the adjustable difficulty, I would be drawing 2 of those enemy cards instead of 1. Yay! So, all right, that was a more advanced scenario in Tidal Blades 2 with some hilarious insanity going on. Hope you enjoyed that, and I'll have my review for the game pretty soon. Good gaming, everyone, and I'll see you at the next stop.